Hello to viewers, welcome to my channel Science to Technology. I hope audio and video is working. I do apologize for a bit of a delay. Things have happened. Uh, as of now, I do think things should be starting to work. Okay. Hello to viewers, welcome to my channel Science to Technology. I hope audio and video is working. I do apologize for a bit of a delay. Okay, audio, video good. Andy free. Thank you so much. Alex, you're late. Yeah, I'm late by 4 minutes. I do apologize. Things happen. Nature's call. So, uh, the main basically what you call the title of the video. So, I'm slowly making progress into basically the watch system. Now, the biggest hurdle is that this display itself, I do not like it. Again, memory in pixel, low power consumption, done, GG, sorted. But problem is this is like some weird sharp design where they like, becomes a mirror and transparent and translucent, something like that. Basically, it's almost like that security glass. When you press it, it becomes transparent, something like that. It's not that good. I'm not having fun with it. And not to mention, it's what you call out of production. And it's not so out of production, it's almost like deprecated. It does not even exist. Data links does not exist. And even if I try to find basically Texas Instrument location, all the websites are done. So this is not a actually a project that I would like to make in using this way. I'm not happy with it, and not to mention it's deprecated. So I had to upgrade. Now there are upgrade version of the like this is 96 pixel by 96. I think now they have upgraded to 128 by 128 pixel. However, I recently found out that there is another brand that makes same memory in pixel, but I think they are the supplier for G-Shock, and their display, it's not silver, it's black and white. So it's exactly how Casio is. So I looked into it, and turns out they are also available, and available as in like DigiKey. Now DigiKey had this weird thing where if I order for $100, shipping becomes free to India. Although I genuinely hope I don't have to pay customs. But so I'll order 2 or 3 of them. Now, so the current task I have is basically making a breakout board. That's in the thumbnail. So the idea is same way this board is a breakout board for this, and with some extra stuff I'm doing something similar. Only difference is this time it's designed to be what we call breadboard compatible. That's surprisingly difficult to make sure that breadboard actually fits. It's a kind of complex. You have to make sure that it's same grid in 2 axes, longitudinally and latitudinally. Failure to do so, it will not fit one or the another. So that is taking a bit of a while, and I've done that now. Thankfully, it's only 10 pin, and that's the best part about the system is that this sharp display only has 10 pins, and so did the new display that I'm looking into. That also has 10 pins. So meaning if I design the breakout board correctly, it should work with both, meaning I should be able to pull out the screen from this and put it into the dev board to test out things and all that. And then when I'm happy with it, I should be able to basically just buy the upgraded one, 256 pixel by 256, and then just use it with this. In principle, that should work. Although only thing I have to make sure is that noise suppression capacitors have to be designed in such a way that I should be able to yeet it and it should still work. So that is one penalty, but I think it can be done. So I'm hoping to do that. And so far I managed to put 3 buttons on this side, 3 buttons on that side, and LED on here and there. So that should make a job of testing and developing all other things far more what you call reliable, because that's the step by step, because I genuinely do not want to directly dive into making my first ever microcontroller tiny board that is small enough to fit fit inside a watch. That would be too stupid. So step by step. So breakout board is just a passive board, and I'm adding switches. That is, I should be able to do that, because that would be what, my 3rd ever PCB. I had made first PCB, it did work. I made the second PCB, it did work. So it should work. The only thing that I'm genuinely scared for is flipping the pins. And almost everybody who makes watch sort of stuff, they always have that issue where it's like, oh, the pins are flipped. So I'm genuinely scared of like double, triple checking it, and I'm still scared that pins might be flipped. So that's one thing I will try to finish up either today or tomorrow. And after that, I will order that, and then the long wait period will wait, because again, even if you can pay for the PCB, it still takes sweet amount of time to get here. So that's there. So Google announced a breakthrough in quantum computing algorithm. What do you think? Mostly nothing. Like, I'm a bit too old for quantum computer. It's like, it's gonna be this, it's gonna be that. I'm like, no. There may be a probability that quantum can be used for some useful stuff like quantum gyroscope, quantum radar and all that. But I have never found someone who could explain to me what the hell those things are. It's just like quantum. It's like, what the hell it is? Like, what does it actually do? How does it work, or how does it differ from other things? So right now, my what you call enthusiasm for quantum stuff is zero. Done. Nothing. I do not care. So that is there. I guess our government shouldn't impose import charges on electronic component till we become mega manufacturer of electronics. See, it's chicken and egg scenario. Meaning, if you implement tariff, it basically creates a fertile environment for companies to come. If you do not introduce tariff, why would anybody bother? So it's a chicken and egg scenario. Sir, what is SAR value usually seen on mobile phone? Oh, it's a type of radiation cooking. Basically, microwave that is coming out of your mobile phone will cook you. But again, it will take some amount of time. So SAR value is, I keep forgetting the full form, but it's some type of a metric. Basically, if it's below that, even if you are putting it here 24/7, it should not cause enough harm to you. So that is there. Can artificial boom solve world crisis, Japan or South Korea? Right now we are too far away. First, before we reach into that artificial boom, we have to create love bots. That bot has to basically, same way Maslow's pyramid of need is solved. Like sex is in the base layer, it has to be. Third layer is sexual intimacy. Fourth, fifth is family and all that. So you have to clear these levels, then there would be enough demand to justify those sort of, because nobody can just, okay, make artificial more. If men are burnt by society, they will not be interested into raising a family. So you have to take care of that part first, basically unburn the man. And then you can create a scenario where people will willingly, with a smile on their face, pay for it. So it has to be done step by step. You cannot just go, ta-da! That's not how it works. So do apologize. I should have my mobile phone next to me, because just in case somebody donate into this stream also, which is rare but does happen time to time. So I should have it, and there you go. Okay. But a small startup and making got hurt a lot due to these imports are not problem for big companies. See, this is why I said it's a chicken and egg scenario. You cannot win it all. If you are like, okay, I do not want to hurt anybody, then you die. It's as simple as that. Like, you have to take a leap of faith. You have to be like, this will be the cons, this will be the pro. And again, we should have done this very long ago. But again, we are scared people. So we never did it. Now it's too late to do it. It's not too late as in like it can be done. It's just that now it would be painful to do. Like, we got accustomed to cheap goods. So you're supposed to do it before people get accustomed to cheap goods. But such is life. It's the same thing. Like, the best time to plant a tree is 30 years ago. The next best is now. That's the whole point. Oh, one big news, my car is finally done. Tomorrow shot will be on my car also. So what had happened is that there was a truck that sideswiped my car, and thankfully airbags were not deployed, and again it was a side strike, and it only kaputted one door completely, one minor injury on the door, some benting on the frame, but overall car was fine. I drove it back home, and my brother drove it to workshop and all that, simply because I was supposed to go to Chennai that very day. So it was a hectic thing. And again, because of so many festivals, Durga Puja and Diwali, and the hassle we did with insurance, which again got denied because of our mistake. So all of those caused so much delay. So finally yesterday I went, and I thought like I'll collect the car during daytime, but holy damn, I went there, they're like, oh sir, you should have said that now you are coming, so we have washed the car. I'm like, you said in your own WhatsApp group, come collect. I did, and they're like, no. So fundamentally it took a lot of time and effort to get the car ready, and like they were, okay, we're gonna wash it. I'm like, okay, cool. And it felt off, like I felt off. Then I paid attention. It's like, oh, the trims, the plastic trim, they put a brand new door, metal door, but trims are accessories the body shop does not touch. So that plastic trims, they had put a new high bond tape onto it, but they have not assembled. If I had not called it, I'm pretty sure I would have driven home, and then like it feels wrong. If I would looked into, oh, there is this part. So I asked them, like it took from morning to afternoon, and afternoon because again there was another door trim that's supposed to protect against rain and all that. I had that. Now 3 doors have it, 1 door kaput. So I went into basically the showroom to get that accessory. Thankfully they had in stock. I took it and I asked them to install it, and they did install it, and then I noticed the whole rooftop was rusted. And it was not rust as in like full brown rust. Again, it will be very obvious to see in a silver car, but it was like, dust, like a grinder dust has settled on it, and it caused rust. And I freaked out. but oil was low in my car. I went into petrol pump, loaded it up full, then went back to, which again, these things are very far apart from my location, and not to mention the showroom and the body shop, they are also very far apart. So went to that, and then finally he was like, no sir, it was already there. I'm like, no, you took photos, like 70-80 photos of the car, and you never pointed out there is rusting on the roof. And I remember specifically there was no rusting, and again, not to mention, we had just washed the car very recently before the accident, so it was not there. So it's like, okay, so we'll try to polish. I was genuinely worried that there might be rust deep into the frame. At that point it would have been kaput, but he removed it with a emery paper and then did some polishing. So far it looks like it's fine. It may be just the dust that landed, and that grinding metal dust that corroded, rather than like the main structure of the car. So that being said, at this point in time, I'm happy. After like I had no car for like majority of my life. 5 years ago, as in like 2019, got the car. Then pandemic happened, so did not drive much, but had car. And only in last 20 days, I like really started to miss it. It was like damn. So that was there. Is coil fume good for military? Yes, it is. First maker culture, then play with Trefer, and all those things. You gotta first water the sea. See, it is a never-ending scenario. Okay, you can never find a solution where it's like, okay, you should do this. It's like you just do it. Like there is no it's almost like pulling out a band-aid. You don't pull it out slowly. You just like, okay, yank it. Yeah, it is uncomfortable, but there is no other solution. Like, okay, wait for this, wait for that, you will be dead. So at some point it's like it has to be done. Science fiction. No, a coil is far better. And again, I remember specifically, but I can't place it. It was some documentary in Discovery Channel or National Geography, I think Future Weapons or something like that, where they showed a motor that was utilizing coil. Again, rail does not work because again, A, it erodes the rail itself. It's destructive to rail. B, energy wise also it's very destructive. So it has minor advantage, as in like it has higher efficiency. Basically, if you have 10 megajoule, how much of that megajoule will be converted into actual velocity? It is bit better than coil. However, coil has zero contact, meaning it does not destroy itself. Second, coil does not require pushing gas. But if you look into rail, it always has pushing, where it's like you look into any coil gun firing, it's like so that is hydrogen gas that they are using to push. Because if they do not do that, the moment you dump current, that will become a spot weld. So you have to give it a bit of initial jolt, and that jolt will basically get the ball rolling. Japan new PM, your views? I have not looked too deeply into that. Sorry. Why Trump is why? See, Trump is a basic politician, neither good nor bad. He's average, basic, no big deal. I was what is MiP display? MiP display is what we call. Hold on, let me show you guys. I'm trying to find a USB cable. USB-C. I do have power bank. Let me look into USB-C cable. Hold on a second, guys. I'll show you what this is. It should not be that difficult. Okay. Yep. Okay, got the USB cable. So I'm plugging it. Ta-da! Something like this. You see? See, this is why I don't like this. This is a freaking mirror display for some reason. As you can see, it's a mirror. Why it's a mirror? It becomes non-mirror. So you should be able to, if it focuses on that, does it focus on it? So this is what I'm trying to make, basically a watch display. But again, font is also an issue because the pixel size are so small that the font is only goes into complete state in GFX library. So it's either font size 1 or font size 2. 2 is too big, 1 is too small. I can't find 1.5. So either I have to find a custom font or go to better display. So I'm looking into that. Yeah, so memory in pixel. Now the why the hell bother with this? It has very low power consumption, lower than e-ink. Only difference is e-ink has passive stability, meaning you can pull power, it will still remain on, but e-ink takes a lot of energy because you are flipping those capsules. It takes a lot of electrical energy to flip it. But again, in book readers where you are flipping pages like once a minute or something like that, it's not a big deal. So those batteries can last a month. But if you make a watch with e-ink, most of them have to design in such a way that it does not show seconds. It only shows a minute, not seconds. But MiP display, it's actually what you call fast enough. It has a refresh rate of like instead of 0.5 hertz or something like, it has a refresh rate of 60 hertz. So I can even show second without any issue. And running power draw, it's in microamps, not milliamps, microamps. So power consumption is very low, meaning I mean, like, that's why Casio uses it and they can achieve battery life of 2 years on coin cell and with solar and all that. Heck, there are smartwatches that uses MiP display and they can run completely on solar only because the display is so power efficient. That's the memory in pixel. Basically, you have a display. That display has a pixel and that pixel either goes on or off, but it does not require power to stay on or off. It only requires power when you are flipping it. Basically go from on to off to on. And the driver electronics is literally on the back end. Basically you have the display, the driver electronic is on the back side. That's why it's a memory in pixel. So it's very low energy, very awesome. Would anti-glare film help? Not really. Like I do not like this design. I'm like, and nobody has used it, nobody has built it. And again, I will look into that other option, Kioskier. Kioskier, that is such a weird name. Like I'm genuinely telling you, I'm trying from days to trying to how to pronunciate it and I still cannot. Hold on guys, hold on. Kyocera. God help it. Although it is available, like that's the good part about it, it is available. Although penalty is because it's not popular, I may have to create library for it. That would be a hell of a hassle to create a library for a goddamn display. If it's a minorly change from what you call sharp display, it should be doable. Again, it should be doable as in for ChatGPT, not for me, but worth a try. Let's just put it that way. Worth a try. So, and again, I'm pretty sure this is what, because again, the brand itself shows G-Shock, and I'm pretty sure G-Shock are very sensitive about the brand. They'll not allow anyone to show it. If it is that black and white variant, I would be very happy because again, yeah, that I can show you guys. Hold on. I'll show what it's supposed to look like. Yeah. Yeah. So this is what it's supposed to look like, black and white rather than the weird thing I got. This is what I need, black and white, not the silver and all that. So fundamentally, I'm hoping that that module can do that. And this is the watch, you can see, like legibility is really good. Like broad daylight legibility, GG. Like unless you have ludicrously bright AMOLED, you cannot compete with this. And power consumption wise, you really can't compete with this. So it is genuinely good at technology. So mastering it would be useful, or not even mastering it, just knowing enough about it might come useful someday. So that is there. US should make okay, oh nice, like e-paper but not e-paper. Yeah, that's the easiest way to think about it. Just think about e-paper but with the ability to refresh quickly, meaning you can even try to, like, again, this only, oh, I should have looked into it. Let me type hertz, like it might have a hertz. Hertz. Refresh rate? It's not showing refresh rate. It does show pixel, but does not show refresh rate. Huh. That is odd. I would say that is odd. Okay, hold on guys, I will show you what it's supposed to look like in ideal scenario. Yep, got it. Let me find the images. Ta-da. So yeah, this is what that different brands should look like. So I'm hopeful that that would be much better, what you call, investment in the time in the project. And not to mention, Sharp One is out of what you call, out of circulation. It's no longer, this one is flat out no longer being manufactured, and the newer Sharp One, again, it has the same issue. It, like, for some reasons I've selected a mirror display, so I'll try that. My car rear parking camera installed after my, give me wrong guidelines. I even paid extra to have guidelines camera. Bro, guidelines requires what, like, you know, what we say. It requires a steering column data input, and not to mention with speed sensor also. So it's not something that you can just like lol it. It does require certain, what you call, a deep integration. It can't be just done easily. It's not impossible. It's just that it's difficult. I've seen one camera company that claiming they can do that. They have OBD2 port. They are literally working with OBD2 port in order to give you that steering and all that. Ukraine is hiring volunteer for tech support, so you can any Indian join them. Again, I'm not there. Can MIP display be used as a bridge between e-ink and LCD display? Why bridge, as in like wherever you are using e-ink, you can use this display. Now again, that guy that made that portable system, which I loved, but again I was confused. Like, he was going through so much trouble. It's like, okay, I have e-ink, then I have a tiny OLED display. I'm like, bro, just use MIP. And he said he did not like the look and it was expensive. Now, expensive part, I don't agree. He had to find his freaking specialized OLED. I'm like, yeah, no. I'm like, no. Press X for bullshit. I did. Oh, hold on. I'm getting water attack. Your boy needs water. So basically, why have e-ink? Just have that memory system. If you want low battery consumption, tada, you get low battery. You want high, legibility, you get that. You do not want backlight, you get that. And again, that's why the dev board I'm building, it also has two LEDs, side firing LEDs. So I want to figure out like how do they work and all that. Sir, you are misguided. Misguided regarding what? Can I have a display bridge? GPT says uses 20 microwatts versus 200 to 500 milliwatts for display flip. Dude, I built it and I've tested it. If you go into my Discord, I have uploaded the video when I'm using this multimeter to test it. So I know how much power consumption it has. It's very little. Very little. Like the maximum I got when I was refreshing when I was refreshing, it was only 20 microamps, not milli, microamps. And again, whenever you ask ChatGPT just something like that, it will not be able to give you a correct information unless you give the exact data sheet. MIP is not that what you call common. And not to mention, MIP is designed as a display. E-ink is not designed to work for a very long time. That's why they're supposed to be used for passive displays, basically e-reader and logos and label, where you're not supposed to refresh it. If you do it in a watch, it will wear out very quickly. Good luck, sir. Yeah, thank you. Just call it Skade. Okay. Sony also makes it. I don't think so. Again, I tried to find it. I only found two companies that make it. E-ink, not E-ink. I'm saying MIP. What you call? Sharp and this weird brand. So it does have that. Only two brand has that. And Sharp one, I'm genuinely confused why the heck they had like that mirror thing. But anyway, if I can crack it, it would be awesome. It would be awesome. Okay, I'll share the screenshot with you guys. That should help in some way. Hold on. Screen capture. Ta-da. Yep, this is the brand. If you can read it. try to read it, what the brand name says. So this is from them. And you can see, like, even though it does require power to stay active, the power requirement is minuscule, like minuscule. And the one that I'm planning to order, again, it's available. Everything else is irrelevant because it's not available. And I'm pretty sure this is the I'll show another display. Hold on. Yo. Yeah. Yeah, this is the one. And it looks way too suspiciously close to what G-Shock has. So I am pretty sure G-Shock is the supplier for this. So I don't know. I don't know. It looks way too close to that one. 5 microwatt, 10 microwatt. So that is there. However, e-ink. However, e-ink is awesome. Now, depending on what you are doing, like if you want a display that runs without battery, right? You want to name tags. Of course, I will use that. MiP is not for that. But again, I will not use e-ink for a watch display. It's not good enough for that. So again, it's not awesome or something like that. It's like, does it suit your need? If it suits, awesome. If it does not, it's not awesome. As simple as that. How should I not for a mess like nuclear? First, a nuclear boom device, it's clean. A nuclear reactor fallout, it's ugly. That's the whole thing. This watch makes me envy. Again, that's why, like, again, I was not happy. I would have bought it ASAP if they were like, okay, you have this watch and just put solar, and they did. But they have solar, they have like blood pressure sensor and this sensor. I'm like, no, don't give me, just give me a watch that does not require freaking updates. So I was like, I finally reached my point of maximum bitching, and then I was like, okay, Anupam people cannot die just by bitching. Try to make it. Either I succeed or fail, it does not matter. But I will learn something. So try. If I succeed, GG. And again, I'll create tutorials and helpful guide, which again, other people can look into it and make it even better. So that's awesome. And again, if I get a watch that works as I expecting, awesome. I want a watch that has 3 things showing completely. Basically, I want these 3 things, like day, date, and full date. I want these 3 things available. There is not a single watch that does this. In principle, MiP can do that, but again, unless I'm the one designing it, no watch manufacturer does that, where it's like, okay, full name, full date, full time. Like, I just want that. But no, okay. So either I keep bitching or I keep making. And again, not to mention, there are people who have used this exact display to make a watch. And surprisingly cool looking watch, like almost like a pebble, counter, so to say. So this is the watch that somebody made with exact hardware I have, like exact display hardware. And this is the watch they made with e-ink display. As you can see, it cannot show seconds. They cannot show it second. And again, I do not want Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, step counter, none of that shit. Just give me a watch that I do not need to update or things like that. The only advanced feature I would wish is basically having a GPS, so it does time syncing on its own. Why GPS? It does not matter about networking, security is not an issue. It's a passive system basically. It only receives, does not transmit. So that's the awesome part. And not to mention, GPS is the world's time clock, as in how do people know time? Again, there are atomic clocks, but what they are updating the GNSS. Now again, when I say GPS, does not mean only GPS. GPS, GLONASS, Baidu, Galileo, all of them have clock settings. Basically, you can read out real time, what we call universal time coordinate. So ideal would be, I'll have this watch and I'll have a GPS receiver and I'll have a temperature compensated oscillator. Benefit of that would be that it will basically, you go in the open air, you sync it, and it will keep chirping the time reliably for days. And I don't think I will be able to run it on coil cell, but if I can get a battery life in a month, I will be happy. A week, okay, again, be mindful, I do not know how to program, I do not know how to do electronics, I don't know anything about anything, so that is my target. But again, this watch guy, he achieved a battery life of 6 months on coin cell. So, but again, he does not have GPS. GPS does drain a lot of power, so that is there. what was the reaction of the cars on after seeing your rear AC vent? They have not seen that much. They have not paid attention to. Trump continued, China is working on solar and offshore. Do you USA is gonna suffer a lot? Time will tell. See, many times now you have to understand. Many times, sometimes people do something thinking it will do that. It does the opposite, right? Like for example, I'll give you a simple thing. Canada is like, let me burn money on complete EV. So EV becomes cheap enough where people can afford it. Nobody buys it. Edison Motors, they build a truck. Flat out say it will be 1.5x to 2x more cost than a normal truck of similar specs. People like, shut up, take money. Shut up, take money. So here's the deal. Many times doing this sort of things sometimes actually helps. Again, I do not know how it will unfold, but again, I will not count it out yet. It's just like, oh, it's done, it's over. Surprising things have happened. And again, I'm not talking about USA, I'm talking about Canada. So imagine what can happen in USA. We never know, we never know. Refresh rates should be similar to LCD. It is similar to LCD. Again, this one can refresh at 60 Hertz. So refresh rate is similar to that. So my SCR dimmer burnt on the first use. I was using it on 2 kilowatt heater. Well, it's hurts to breathe in Delhi. Lol. Why Airawat Aerospace and Defense are working on? The aim is, okay, oh, I'm gonna tell you spice. I'm gonna tell you the spice. Top secret spice. I just realized people want to make drone. Duh. But people want to boom drone. Duh. Now, who is the one that is able to boom drone in air for the cheapest cost? Ukrainians. How they are doing it? They are booming it with using Yak series aircraft. As in World War II propeller aircraft, they had few of them lying around. They basically, it's a two people craft, and the idea was it's for training and all that. So they have one pilot and one person behind. He opens the cockpit and takes out AK and that's how they are booming it. And I was like, and here's the shocking part. So far it's like, it sounds very crude. Here's the funny thing. The plane is cheaper than Shahid. I was like, how? And I'm like, India should get into it, as in like make 10,000 of these things, meaning we should have enough of it that even if China is like 10,000, I'll be like, bitch, please, minor inconvenience. So I was like, damn. And here's the interesting thing. Imagine you can make a drone. Cool, awesome, everybody can do it. Now imagine you can have a pew pew into it. Cool, awesome, but here's how would you shoot it? Now, if you look into old World War II plane, Germany did figure out, they had a inverted V engine, and they had a 20 mm cannon going through the propeller, directly through the propeller, through the central axis, not on the top. On the top, you require what we call interrupter gear. Now, problem with that is when you are doing high-speed maneuver, that interrupter gear is interrupting you. You may get the timing, it's like, it's a jugaad. It's like trying to do your best when you have two things. Basically, again, you are talking about hundreds of kilometers per hour. So in that sort of time frame, you're like, okay, interrupter gear stops it. But again, what if the pew shot was there only in that interrupter system? So it created an issue. So that's why the later series of WW2 crafts they had on the wings. But problem with the wing mounted pew pew is that cross angle. Basically, where does it converge? If you converge it for cool, awesome, but here's it becomes useless at close range and all that. And pilot had to tune it. Every pilot had a signature to it. Basically, pilots were like, no, aim it for 300 meters, aim it for 400 meters. Yes, they were that close in dogfights during that time. So what's the best thing? What Germany did? Have pew directly going through the central axis of the propeller. Let me show you the craft. Yeah, BF109. BF109. So they figured it out. Basically, they had a gearbox. That gearbox had a reducer. Reducer was hollow, so they could put a pew pew into that. And I just realized CV Motion has hollow shaft. I don't even need gearbox. We have engine, and we have direct propeller mounting, and we have a hollow shaft, meaning pew pew directly, meaning we can make it cheap enough where you can literally mount cameras on the wing pot, so you get a 3D depth perception, and in the central pew pew, you do not have to worry about interrupter gear, and it just works. And again, you were like, can't you do the same if you put the propeller in the back? Putting propeller in the back solves some issues, but introduces another one. And from an aerodynamics point of view, from an engineering point of view, most people want to put it in front. So it's like, there is some interesting probability. First I thought like I have to put barrel through it, then Ron said like, why? Just make sure the pew diameter is smaller than the shaft. So as long as pew is less than 10 centimeter, 9 millimeter, 9 millimeter or below, we should have enough clearance. If the barrel is stable enough and shaft is stable enough, if it's like 2-3 millimeter of gap, we should be able to shoot through it. That will be there. Okay, which is the best energy power to replace? Bornvita. Cocaine. Best energy powder is sugar. Have you ever used 4chan? I've allowed to stay with in-laws. How should we have they on their own son? Bro, those things are irrelevant. Don't get attached to women. Let women go and like don't stop bitching about it. It's like either you deal with women and then you shut up about it, because again, whatever bad thing she does, it's your fault, or you let them go and then have peace. But no bitching. You have to let go. You have to let go. Display manufacturer should give APIs, and driver should not be difficult unless they're made by Chinese. No, I'm pretty sure it's Japanese. So it could be there. Let that be very clear. It could be there. But you have to understand, I have partial information of everything. No like direct info. But again, I'm stupid enough to actually try building it. If it works, it works. It does not work, does not work. Again, this is actually working. Again, date and time is wrong, but it is working. How I made it, I have no idea. ChatGPT. So that is there. Kiska is an old phone manufacturer. Yeah, that is true. No, again, they are silicon manufacturer. They branded certain phones. Books you recommend? Just finished Psychology of Money. Yeah, that was good book. How not to give a F about anything. How to stop giving F. Yeah, that was I have a book playlist on live stream, so you can look into that. China is serious, capture Taiwan 2030 before. Can they USA take on this? I don't think that will actually happen, because again, it's one of those things, so emperor have no cloth. It's like saying, again, see what happened to Russia. Russia had like freaking land bridge and they got effed. You have a sea barrier. And again, it's not that it can't be crossed, it's just that it can't be crossed without a price. You do not have population. And yes, I am talking about China. China does not have population. They are also below 2.1. Heck, they are below 1. Let that sink in. They are below 1. And kaputting a lot of young men, yeah, you gonna go kaput. So, and not to mention, Taiwan has much lower corruption than China. And Taiwan has been preparing for this exact thing. And again, China can just shift delete that whole place, but again, the whole world will shift delete China. So, and again, we have example of this when basically Iraq went Hadipa on Kuwait. Whole world came, not just America, whole world came together. It's like, yo, and they just like shift deleted that whole thing in 24 hours. 24 hours. It's like, nah, bro, go. So if China actually does it, first there will be a lot of chaos. It's like, are they actually that stupid to do it? Because again, you would think they would have learned enough the lessons from A, Kuwait, B, with this Russia-Ukraine system. They should have learned their lesson. Assuming they did not. First, there will be a lot of chaos. Then there will be trying of negotiation. And then they'll be like, oh, okay, let's deploy some love, some hard love. So that is there. HJT and TopCon Sopa video due, I guess. It's not due. You wanted it. It's just not due. Kyorisha. Yeah. So stop calling nuclear boom is clean. Are you trying to integrate the display to an ESP32? Yes, that's the idea. Our target is so far, again, ideally I think STM32 would be the best, but usability wise, like the ability for ChatGPT to code for it, I think the best is ESP32 S2. It's single core, much lower energy, and I do not need Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. The idea is I just want native USB. I plug the USB, that's it. USB should do the charging and all the data transmission, and again have GPS module. But again, GPS is like what you call scratch goal. The first goal right now is if I get time today, make what you call this as in what do I say? A breakout board. That's the first thing. That's what was in the thumbnail. Make up the breakout board, hope that it works. And again, that would be the first time I'm trying surface mounting components. So if I can go through that and breakout board works with this system, then I'll place order for kiosk, because again that I have to place international order from DigiKey. Penalty, unless it's $100, it will have very high shipping cost. So I have to make the price go up and then hope I do not have to pay customs again in India. But let's see. That's far out. That's far out. Maybe if you dig into AliExpress, you may find the watch solution. Again, at some point, why work around these things? Just make your own, right? Like, why work around? Like, and again, if Casio is not doing it, nobody else will be able to do it. And again, I want a very specific thing, like this exact thing. Make it. Like, at some point, you just have to do that. Okay, Navik is Navik. That is new things. Don't forget that, huh? Okay. Any hope for revival of family unit birth rate in India? No. Is Chinese military really powerful as the Chinese 6th gen fighter? See, on paper, China is GG. But again, anytime you have on paper GG, it generally goes kaboom. Like, we have human history filled with that. On paper, Soviet GG. Reality, they starved to death. Like, it was not even a big battle. They starved to death. Like, imagine that. So whenever somebody's like, we are awesome, run away. And again, that's why I said I am scared of USA. It's like, they tell you, it's like, oh, we built Patriot system. It did not have good enough, identify friend and foe, and boomed its own Typhoon. It boomed one of the Typhoon. They're like, whoa, oops. And they actually share that information. It's like, yeah, sorry, my bad. And that scares me, because that means they have fixed that issue. Again, one plane, it was not nailed down and the ship did a turn and plane fell back. In 3 hours, it was news in USA. And Russia loses Moscow, a flagship, like whole ship kaput. No, nothing happened. It's like nothing. And like once people started to see in satellite, they're like, yeah, Moscow had a fire. After a week, no, it actually sank. You see the difference? One tells you we have to up. Another is like, no, it's not possible. So China is like that. Like, nothing is bad. We are awesome. We are GG. So I'm like, not that worried about it. Again, it would be unnecessary bloodshed, but over time it will be the same as like, Soviet Union or Russia or Iraq. Are you seeing your future chances in foreign service because of some issues with illegal Indians outside? Again, my aim is not to go to USA. Aim is to go to Australia. So it's a bit different. And again, right now the world is going through a bit of a shift. And I would not deny it that it could become a scenario where Indians are not welcomed. It's very easy to hate Indians, and like we do not have like, what's that? Islamophobe and all that. We do not have that shield, so it's very easy to kaput Indians. So let's see what happens. Oh, thoughts on XBAT Shield AI? I do not know what you're talking about. Your favorite internet forum? Don't use much anymore. If geopolitics is cricket, then say I don't think the whole world will directly attack China like Kuwait, but support Taiwan fully because they are advanced chip. Am I wrong? Time will tell. See, this sort of thing is time will tell, because again, if you roll back clock 4 years ago, what people were saying about Ukraine, it's like, oh, it's gonna fold in few days. And again, it took me a lot of time to a lot of study to actually go through, oh no, this is a forever war. Either Russia goes kaput or it lasts forever. And again, Russia will go kaput because again, they do not have the population. So it's like, oh, back in the day, they survived so much bloodshed in WW2, not to mention, I am pretty sure they are reaching the same numbers. Second, that time birth rate was higher. This time birth rate is below replacement. So what they are losing is kaputting. So that is there. You're mentioning me. Reply to your comment, lol. I forgot. I had to tag a fast. Okay. What birth rate is everything? Is there more important in small population with high intelligence? No. See, without birth rate, you are vulnerable. Without birth rate, you are vulnerable to death. And death is ultimate. Death always wins. Because again, you do not want a civilization where, let's say you have 10,000 hyper intelligent people. One earthquake, one bad tsunami, you're dead. One bad fragility is too goddamn high. When you have big enough population, then you can select best of the best. Imagine a world where you only had 10,000 candidate and you had 10,000 seat. Of course, you're not going to reject anyone. But now imagine a country like India where you have 100,000 seat. Now you can filter best of the best in hospitals and all that. And again, we came through low population. Somehow people forgot about history. It was not awesome. We were starving to death. Like the more people we have, the more problems we have. More problems we have, the more people to solve that problem. More prosperity. Like right now, people are, oh, we have so much inflation. Have you seen Great Depression? Have you seen World War One, Germany? Have you seen those things? And it's like, oh, India has so much difficulty. Have you seen British era? It's like, bro, birth rate is the only thing because that's the only thing that keeps life alive. Everything else is optional. Again, we have survived for 10,000 years on birth rate alone. Remove birth rate, there is nothing. It's like, there lies a civilization that died. It's like, what's the point? Time will shift, delete anything anyway. So, in Vietnam, you say only die about 50,000 people. Russia now, huh? Russia now, dude, Russia, they are acknowledging 250,000. That is a big number. That is like, that number is so big it will hurt India. That number is not like what you call chump change. That is like your future is dead. And again, people like, oh, the population is first, take the population, half it, right? Men, women, half it. Okay. Second, take the population and describe it by what we call age pyramid, as in like what age group of that. Now specifically look into the exact specific age group, 18 to let's say 18 to 30. Okay. Now you reduce 2.5 lakhs and then you're like, whoa, it's a percentage of country that went away. Not retired people, not young people. It's a percentage of working class people kaput. That is big. That is not like their future is kaput anyway. It's like question is how many years they can drag on. It's almost like people knew in World War II that Hein was kaput. Like they knew the first time if he could have survived, maybe even won if he had not done Operation Barbarossa, as in like going to Soviet Union. If he had not attacked Soviet Union, he may have solved the issue. But like he was like, me big dick energy, we can go boom boom with two people. It's like, nah bro, you will kaput. So, but why didn't he surrender? He was like, no, I'm going to kaput myself but never surrender. So, same thing will happen with Putin. So, let's see. And again, imagine it this way. The only time after Soviet Union collapse, there was a short time where Russia had to import fuel because they effed up that badly. It's happening again. So, that is there. Can you suggest me choose between infrared and induction cooktop? I would say try infrared. It's simpler. Induction does require a bit of this and bit of that. So, that is there. And although induction is a bit quicker, so that is there. More people we have less cost of life. We've been through this. History was not kind to. I'm not gonna like see you if you have already made up your mind. I'm not gonna waste my energy. People are who see they are not surviving. They are being isolated. They are being guarded because again, imagine Indian Navy is not guarding it. Somebody will say, oh, free people. Has happened. History, read history. They're not surviving, they're being basically, it's almost like a natural reserve. And again, nature does not give a damn about morality or ethics. Nature is like might is right, the end. The end, there is nothing more than that. Do you have interest in motorbike? My favorite Royal Interceptor. Nah. Motorbike, heck, I don't even drive motorbike. The only motorbike I drove was my father's Pulsar 150. No, 180 I think. I was not that good. I don't like gearbox. I don't like that. Like even my car does not have gearbox. Automatic transmission. So again, it's a manual gearbox with electronic transmission. So that is there. So USA only have China as a strong main external enemy because of Russia is down and North Korea is lol. Iran TFR is also low. Yeah. At this point in time, yes, factually, yes. See, why you keep repeating the same thing? I'm pretty sure you are the same person who asked the same thing in Hindi stream also. Artificial womb is not ready yet simply because it's not desirable yet. Right now, you need love bots. Because again, Maslow's pyramid of needs, study it layer by layer. You cannot directly go to level 4 and without completing level 1 and level 3. You can't do that. After using Sora AI, I think no one can earn anything. Time will tell. See, again, let me be very clear. This YouTube gig, it worked. Again, it kept me alive, it kept me fed, but it was not, whoa. But again, such is life. And I did got connection, lot of connections, like really good amount of connection. Like I have so many connections, again, remove my bank account. It's good. Like people call me to call some other people. That's how good connections are. And I learned a lot. Like every day I'm learning something new, every freaking day, like 5 days a week. And that's amazing. That is amazing. In this 7 year, I have reached a point where anytime I'm talking with intelligent people, educated people, none of them ever had an issue as like, bro, you do not know or you do not understand. It's like there is a conversation. I can have conversation with smart people. And you have to understand that is a very big deal for me simply because I was a bit blithering idiot in school, barely passed. That's how bad it was. So for that young boy, Anupam Vapur of now, it's wow. I only have one, one cross to bear, and everything else is like good, like realistically good. So I'm happy with the YouTube in that regard. But financially, it did not work out. Like it did not work out. I learned a lot. I lived comfortably, but financially, it did not work out. Cool, fine. And again, let that be very clear. I'm spoiled. That's why my financial does not look, because here's the deal. Right now, there are people in basically all metropolitan. They make more money than me, but they are more poorer than me simply because their cost of living is so high. So again, my dream is like, I should have become bigger. It did not. Take it. Okay, fine. Things happen. Things happen. Like, oh, you should do animation. It's like, those people will be the first one to get effed. They will be the first one to get effed. So that is there. And again, if let's say this Ahiravat thing works out, GG, I think that could work. There is actual possibility. Like, again, I do not know the guarantee. And again, we'll know at the end of this, November. This is November, right? No, right now in October. Okay. November, we should have like the final assembly and a running engine. Either the 2-stroke or the 4-stroke, or there is a good chance both of them, because again, we have 2 different vendors. Both of them can be done at the same time. So that would be awesome. And there is probability that engine is actually good. Now, how good? That's the question. Like first, is it good? Second, how good? And if the number is good, then there is a very good chance I could make it work. Like things can work out. And again, at that point, YouTube would become secondary. It was might arrive when you say Vietnam aircraft. Yeah. See, do not ever masturbate to morality and all that. It's basically, think in this way. Why the good guys always win? It's not that bad guys get erased from the history. That's why I say history is written by winners. Either you win, then you write whatever you want to write. You lose, does not matter. Like I would say the Firefly TV show, it had one very awesome dialogue. It was like, there was a fight, there was freedom fighters, and there were like, this corporate, let's just say, government and freedom fighters. And freedom fighter lost. Okay, the war was done, lost and all that. And freedom fighter was doing a chore, basically like, shifting cargo from here to there. It's like they harassed him one time. It's like, oh, he was a big general on the war, he, wrong side of the war. And he said, no, I lost side of the war, but I was not on the wrong side. I was like, yeah, that's a very big thing you have to understand. Only the people who win get to write it. That's their luxury. And you can masturbate all day. It's like, oh, it's this and that. It does not matter. Does not matter. It's bad, but that's reality. That's truth. It's like a cow does not get a say what lion does. Lion decides what it does. So VFX of Transformer versus present day VFX. See, VFX is not bad today. It's simply because companies want VFX in 5 minutes. It's like, oh, computers is faster. No, it takes time. I know. I'm the one who are doing it. So it's hard. It takes time. Only problem with infrared editor is that glass shatters very easily. So I'm choosing infrared which has steel ring surrounding heat spot. Good luck. Can India be USA for the enemy competition like China? So USA goes into the unbeatable extreme countries only. Time will tell, man. Again, I have zero faith in India simply because, again, I have the luxury of going to the courts and I'm seeing what's happening to Hindus. And I know what happens when Hindu are completely gone. So, and again, I know the number. It's below 2.1. It's not looking good. And not to mention, if you, out of 33 states, only 3 states are above 2.1, we already did. It's like we already died. So I'm mathematically no. Did any Indian or foreign automaker collaborated with Ahiravat? No, we are trying to. But again, all of them, big ones, even Honda and all that, all of them have the simple point. It's like, give us data. Like once you give us the data, then they will look into it. So that's the whole point of this November thing. Have engines, throw that engine to RE, and the RE will run it. And if it works, if it's good, like if we get RE stamped, that's the key part. It has to be stamped by them. If we get that, then we are talking. And you have to understand, the We are not stuck if other automakers do not work with us. That's the whole point of Ahirawat. CV Engine is the CV Global is the engine company. Ahirawat is a manufacturing company. Basically, we're gonna manufacture it. Basically, we're gonna take a body, put the engine, sell it under Ahirawat brand. So we are not gonna be stuck if other people are not willing to work with us. That's not an issue. So same many things except friend. So I and you are the same things except I don't have friend zero, but I'm working hard on building critical thinking, comprehensive. And any tips? Make friends. What do you think about tyranny? Eh? Welcome to life. How many people are working at company right now? A lot. Surprisingly a lot. I was shocked. I was like a lot. Again, I'm physically not there, so I don't know. And again, we just hired onboarded one guy to like be the intern and like a long-term contract, so he can do. Main problem is Ron uses Siemens NX. Nobody knows Siemens NX in our ecosystem, so that's a big frustration. So that's causing issue. You seem strained. You're sleeping okay. No, see, problem is yesterday was wasteful. Like I was so frustrated, angry, hungover, even not hungover like alcohol hungover. I was just like fed up that I did not do work yesterday. Nothing. And again, even had a trip to for medical reasons. So again, could not have even done it. So idea was today I will do something. Turns out today there was a puja, like Chhat Puja. In that puja I had to like carry my family. So that was also delayed. So but again I did push through, did make a shot. So tomorrow shot will be there. But again now I'm making a decision, should I grind so I can get basically Monday's video done, or grind tomorrow, which again I do not like the idea, simply because if I grind continuously I will be very burnt next week. So I do not know what to do. Don't forget about S2T family after you start getting service. Again, it's a future thing. Why you are worried about it now? Like I'm not worried about it. If it happens, it happens. Oh, one thing I wanted to share. This is my basically LED spool. Again, Diwali, so I have a lot of LED spool. So in this, one thing I've seen a lot of people have 3D printed one, but they have two pieces, piece A, piece B, male and female. I'm like, that's dumb. You're not supposed to design like that. That's dumb. Like that is like, no, you're not supposed to design like that. And so this one I designed, it's what we call androgynous. Meaning I will give you one model, you print it 2 times and you put it back together. It works perfectly. Again, I glued it, but that's the whole point. So I'm very happy with this. Again, it printed out horribly because again my printer is out of calibration. I have to like again level it again. But I'm like really happy with this. Really happy with this. So again, when I started, like Fusion 360 was so hard when I was in institute. I tried to make a knife. There was a tutorial of that knife. I pooped the bed. Let's just be very real about it. I could not understand it. Now I'm like designing actual models, like actual model, working models, and printing it, and it's working. I'm like, YouTube gave me that. The biggest flex for me, not even flex, it was like, I have made something good in my life, is that when Naveen was like, looking into the fume extractor, he's like, okay, who modeled it for you? Like, again, it's a CAD model. So it's like, no, I did. It's like, no, who made it the CAD? Because again, I was showing the sheet metal and folding and all that. It's like, okay, who did that? I'm like, I did, bro. Like, oh, you can do that. I'm like, of course. Self-taught. So, did manage to learn a lot, grow a lot. Only one cross to bear, and financially, not bad. Again, I can't bitch about it. I did manage to pay for car servicing on my own pocket, so not that bad. Wasn't just invented a cinema film. No, not invented, man. It was done for ropes and all that. I just needed something suitable for my LED strips, nothing more than that. If your world becomes all live in apartment, living in houses would be a luxury only for rich can afford. That is same as old ago, where only hut was like a luxury thing. Kings used to live in castles. And again, the more people push, the more will expand into space. If you want to bitch, you bitch and you die. There are people who bitch and there are people who solve a problem. There is nothing more than that. Will there be problem? Awesome. And again, if you think, oh, apartment is bad, here's the deal, go back, roll back, like watch some old movies, like old as in like a 1920s movie. Like what you consider bad today is a very luxurious thing, like very luxurious thing. Like, people did not have hot water. Like I can go in my bathroom there and there is a geyser. That was not there. That was not there, like flat out not there before 1900s, not even 1950s. But you get the point. And we, like, if you want to bitch, you can keep bitching. But again, objectively, we have become exponentially better. And again, I have faith in humans. Again, I do not have faith in Hindus, but I have faith in humans. If we die, does not mean, like, you know, the same thing. A man can die, mankind cannot. Same thing. What CAD software you use? I only know Fusion 360. Ron is the one who forces us to use basically Siemens NX, and that's the main issue. So there's a lot of things that we have to, like, I learned a lot, I have to say. Even in this, like, let's just say that the engine does not work. I learned a lot about, like, GD&T, I did not even knew that was a thing. It did not adhere to the, like, this is very flimsy. Like, layers are falling apart. It was not stuck together. I think I've always been used to expensive. We just can barely afford the boilerplate vision of luxury. Yeah, that's the point. It's like cows were a big deal. Remember, like pots, you know, clay pots were a luxury thing. Like if you had a lot of clay pots in your house, people are like, bro, you are loaded. Clay pots, nothing else, just clay pots. Ceramic, people are like, whoa. Glazed ceramic, you're emperor. Not joking, that's literally in China. Literally in China, if you go back long ago, that was like a clay pots household. Ceramic, like, you know, royalty. Serious royalty, like king, emperor, glazed ceramics. I will discuss in next English live stream. So hi, I'm a newbie also working on making a watch like you, e-ink display. Can you guide me? How can I make IC for it? Dude, I'm not making IC. I'm making, I'm basically assembling modules, and hopefully I'll make my own modules. Basically, idea would be I'll buy the display, I'll buy the ESP32S2 chip, and a temperature control oscillator, all the passives, and maybe a GPS module, maybe a coin cell, rechargeable coin cell, and make a 3D printer case. That's it. I'm not physically building it. Is Thomas and EV going series hybrid of Strong? Again, I hope so. It's I hope they get funding and all that. See, everybody is willing to give them funding, just like to be full EV. It's like, no. So that's the aren't the mental health being even after so much awareness? See, men have no mental health issue. Okay, it's like, oh, how can you say that? Here's the men only crack if they believe in lie. Like, for example, if a man believed that wife supposed to help him, nurture him, and, like, you know, not fuck him around the block, and he gets fucked around, or he'll get kaput. Why? Because he believed in a lie. As simple as that. Men do not fall. Like, again, you have seen men in submarines, in a confined quarter, and they're like, we good, bro. You can see men in poverty. We good, bro. You can send men in jungle. We good, bro. Put a lie on that man dies. So there is no what you call you know, a mental health crisis. It's just truth and lie. Men's operating system is designed on a very, what you call, basic bitch variant. It's like, it is robust. It's not sophisticated. It's not this and that. It's very simple, robust. But it has one vulnerability. Anything else is like, bitch, please. Lie. So that's the whole thing. Stream has reached 1 hour. Good night. Doesn't support profession. Doesn't support. He only talks about balance. He is categories. Multiple people big bad loot. Yes, students see in apartments. Good night. Okay. He said there is nothing like over. Of course, I keep saying that there is no overpopulation. It's just people who solve problem and people who bitch. Investors fool that don't believe in full EV hybrid. They're see, Indian investors are not like American investors. Okay, American investor, you can say we have fusion, even though it does not exist. They're like, take money and go. Indian investor is like, have somebody else done it? Oh, they had done it. Take money. Anyway, it was a nice stream. I'll see you guys next week, and see. Bye. After I come home, I have cheap labor country. Like, bye.